Shalom, Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, we get all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, the honor side apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful, that especially great gospel and sincerity and truth. It's your brother Tyler Kai Yahweh from the great millstone, Champagne Camp. Coming at you another lesson to the spirit and power Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing be edifying. Got the article here from the APnews.com, and it reads, protesters rally for and against Ecuador's president as emergency takes effect in 10 provinces. This came out October 5th, 2025. It reads, says Ecuador, Quito, Ecuador. It says protesters both for and against Ecuador's president Daniel Noboa rallied in the capital Quito on Sunday after a state of emergency took effect in 10 provinces. Anti-government demonstrations began 2 weeks ago, organized by the country's largest indigenous group in response to the removal of a fuel subsidy that raised diesel prices from $1.80 to $2.80 per gallon. Diesel goes up and everything goes up. Diesel goes up, everything goes up, and out with Noboa. We're among the slogans shouted by dozens of protesters at a popular park in the capital, where pro-government supporters also gathered in high numbers. Police reported no injuries or arrests Sunday, but officers dispersed protesters using tear gas after some of them tried to break through the security cordon protecting the park. Late Saturday, the government declared a state of emergency, starting Sunday at midnight in 10 provinces, citing serious internal unrest. The provinces are areas with large indigenous populations where protests have been concentrated. The order restricts freedom of assembly, but does not prohibit peaceful demonstrations. It says the Confederation of Indigenous Nationalities of Ecuador. So you gotta understand, these are Northern Kingdom, Jakes, or you kind of, they probably, you say like the Latinos, whatever the case may be, but whatever the case may be, but yeah, they in Ecuador down there, going, I guess, Ecuador going towards, like the central Mexico, like down towards that area, so if you look at the map. But other than that, so yeah, it'd be a Latino, it'd be one of the Northern Kingdom tribes. It says, could be, Ecuador, could be Colombia, could be, could be Asher, or depending on who it is. I gotta look at it again. But going on, it says, where I'm at. So the Confederation of Indigenous Nationalities of Ecuador said in a statement that Noboa's emergency decree deepens his war policy against the population's legitimate demands and called on international human rights organizations to remain vigilant. Right? It says right here, a violent clash over fuel prices in Ecuador leaves one protester dead and 12 soldiers injured. Right? Okay. Those are related stories. It say a violent clash between police and indigenous protesters a week ago left one civilian dead. Okay, that's what's talking about. And several injured. Nearly 100 people were detained, and some military personnel were briefly held before being released. Right? So obviously that's what's going on here, over there in Ecuador. Right? Those are Israelites. Those are Jakes. But also we got going on. I hate how they did all this new. How they doing all this new updates with the whatever, with the phones and stuff. But this got this from pbs.org, and it reads, immigration agents become increasingly aggressive in Chicago. And this came out October 6th, 2025. And it reads, storming the apartment complex by helicopter as families slept. Deploying chemical agents near a public school handcuffed a Chicago City Council member at a hospital. Activists, residents, and leaders say increasingly combative tactics used by federal immigration agents are sparking violence and fueling neighborhood tensions in the nation's third largest city, which is, Chicago, right? What you understand is, when it comes to Chicago, it's probably, years ago they said probably roughly 7 to 8 million people, but it's probably up to 10 million, whatever, people over there, right? And a lot of those people who are over there are, especially you get to like the west side and all that of Chicago, it's all mainly Northern Kingdom. Ishkarites, you got some, Mexicans, you got some, some Puerto Ricans, some Slovakia, Ephraim, you know what I mean? So they around that area, right? But then also, hey, you got a lot of Haitian. Man, look, Chicago is like one of those metropolises, like everybody, they ain't just this one, race, so to speak, you know what I mean? So a lot of those people who are getting attacked or who's getting apprehended or detained, they're Israelites, right? It says they are the ones that are making it a war zone. Illinois, so this is but we've been understanding over the years, they've been talking about militarizing any type of enforcement personnel, whether it be police, the police or the SWAT or whatever the case may be. Now these agents, whatever, they said that they was gonna beef them up and they was gonna be more aggressive and they're gonna be, and you see what's going on. So this right here is a precursor to show you how it's gonna be when they start to come after those who believe in the Lord, and we're gonna get that. It says they fire tear gas and smoke grenades, and they make it look like a war, like it's a war zone. More than 1,000 immigrants have been arrested since an immigration crackdown started last month in the Chicago area. The Trump administration has also vowed to deploy National Guard troops in the agenda to boost deportations, which that done stirred up. Let's say Satan being against Satan, so other Edomites, they don't like all that, and so, hey man, this country is spiraling down the drain, right? But it goes on to say, because if Satan be against Satan, how can his kingdom stand? And you can talk about that eternally. Also with, ain't the Russian Edomites against these American Edomites, they against each other, how their kingdom gonna stand? Because this all theirs. This Esau's world, this all theirs. This is their rulership right now. So whatever they do with it, whether they fight with each other, this is whatever the case may be, we know that the time is ticking. Do what you're gonna do. But at the end of the day, we already know that, for the end of the world, Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that what followeth after this eon. Going on, it says, but U.S. citizens, immigrants with legal status, and children have been among those detained in increasingly brazen and aggressive encounters which pop up daily across neighborhoods in the city of 2.7 million and as many suburbs. Also, I guess the number went down for the population, or maybe that's the people who get even counted, whatever. But let me get some other things, because it's telling me they getting down up there. Hold on. I read a little bit. Right here, say, meanwhile, more tear gas and smoke bombs. Meanwhile, the use of chemical agents have become more frequent and visible in the past week. See, they ain't stopping, or they ain't, trying to mitigate it, right? It says used initially to manage protesters. Agents used it this week on city streets and during immigration operations, according to the ICIRR. An emergency hotline to report immigrant agent sightings topped 800 calls on Friday. The same day, activists said agents threw a canister of a chemical near a school in the city's Logan Square neighborhood. The activity in the Northwest Side neighborhood prompted nearby Funster Elementary School to hold recess indoors. And you want to know, to be honest, and we already know, man, the main people who tell on y'all, reporting y'all is the Edomites. Because they believe that you don't believe it, you shouldn't be here, you should be deported. It's them. Because why the hell we care? As a matter of fact, they put in they writings, and they put in their laws so where they can deport Native Americans and so-called Negroes, African Americans. So who the hell is doing all these calling and reporting? That's right, these devils. But yeah, that's all. That's pretty much like you want to get on that. So that's what's going on. So one of the many things that's going on. So this is 2 Ezra chapter 9. So these chapters keep frequently coming up because this is what's going on. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before, see, these signs that the Lord is talking about are the prophecies. What's prophecy? The prophesy to say before. So the Lord put the Spirit on his men to say the things that are going to happen. They're saying it right now, and it's going to happen in the future tense, if you will. So, it's best for you to take heed to those men, because why? They are moved by the Spirit of Yahweh by Shem Shai, and not just by their own. You understand? So, going on, it says, Slakia, verse 2. It says, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he have made, because the Lord, he continuously visits the world. People be, when the Lord come back, man, the Lord ain't sleep, the Lord ain't dormant, the Lord is living. The Lord visits each and every day. The Lord gives you a benefit of waking your wicked ass up. Or one of you brothers says, they don't understand that the Lord is always omnipotent, always present, man. But he visits each and every day. But the way that we tell y'all he visits, you don't like to hear it. So yes, he do visit you with fire, and storm and earthquake and so forth and so on, right? And he can visit by giving the gift here, this or that. But the point is, the Lord is in control of all things. He governs everything, right? So yes, the Lord visits the world each and every day, right? Therefore, hey, when death comes, that was the Lord, But going on, it says, therefore, verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right? Those uproars going to what? The civil unrest, these peaceful protests, right? But they be considered what? Instability in the eyes of the government. Because why? You're voicing what you don't like, right? They're supposed to be for the people. You don't like it, so you protest so they can stop it and change it. But guess what? No, they don't want to hear that bullshit. They're going to come get your ass because it's their way or the damn highway. To hell with your rights and all this and that. But hey, the Lord gonna show these devils. Hey, he gonna activate them horns and he gonna show y'all. You ain't never had no damn rights. Your ass has only had the abilities of what the Lord allowed you to have for what this devil come do what the hell he gonna do, man. Ain't nothing y'all can do to stop what the Lord got prepared for this place. Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that is the Most High. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even before the beginning. So you'll understand, man, none of this thing that happens is by coincidence. Everything was already set to happen in the spirit. It just had to happen down here within the physical, if you understand that. So like you say, declare the end of the world before the beginning. How is that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, that just goes to show that, let you know that, hey, the Lord is the author and the finisher of all this. You know what I'm saying? Just like how Yahshua, the author, finisher of our faith. But hey, the Lord, hey, this is his movie, right? Nigga, you ain't gotta know how. You don't gotta know how it start or end. Just know you within it. You an actor, and you better hope that your role is what to be saved. On the right hand side, and ultimately to be that, you got to be an Israelite exclusively. I just gonna leave that right there for you heathens. Going on to say, verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and the end is manifest. So all these things are leading up to these protests, these instabilities, these rumors of wars, famines, pestilences, just the name of Jacob show. All these things is leading up to what? The end of Esau's rulership. Right? And I mentioned this earlier because they going, like I said, they going after, just like when Biden was when he was in office, he said, well, they're going for the tribes, Who only speaks about tribes, so to speak? And I want to hear y'all talk about, well, what about, you want to hear about the Native American? Guess what? They're Israelites, you idiots. So, again, when they said we're going to go after the tribes, they was telling you in code, but they're coming after us. They know who we are. So, there's going to be a time period where, hey, man, Lord, wouldn't the Lord be with us, but hey, they gonna come persecute us. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Start verse 7. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Right? An insurrection. Right? It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So this is talking about these Gurger troops, these military personnel, the UN, so all this and that. Hey, they gonna be, like I said, they gonna be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, right? For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So this, I just brought that to show you, how these agents is going in through people's houses and busting all this and that. Hey, man, that's how they gonna come after them in the Lord. Right? This is a great insurrection to those who believe in the Lord. So it's going to be a time period where it's going to be, go get the believers. Because if you look at the NDAA Act, right, that Obama endorsed, it tell you that the number one enemies is top 3 enemies of the state, so to speak, or of the world, their eyes, right? But they say the number one enemy is those who believe in the return of Hamashiach. Unless they done edited it, that's exactly what it said. Because me and the brother, when I was in the Indy camp, me and the brother Yerumia, we covered it, man. They literally say that the number one enemies in the eyes of this government is those who believe in the return of Yahushua Hamashiach. Right? Hey, point blank period, right? So that just like right here, just getting you, letting y'all know, man, they gonna come, man. It ain't gonna be sweet, man. Like I say, at the straight gate, man. Right? It says this, verse 74 though, but don't worry, right? It say, hear, O ye, my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So, hey, man, we in these days of trouble, man. We in the beginning of Jacob's trouble. We in the days of trouble. But like the Lord said, man, no matter what we're going to go through, man, hey, if we be at that number, what? He say what? He will deliver us from the same. So that's what's coming, man. You know what I'm saying? Great insurrections, all this stuff coming on. They persecuting. Hey, they showing you right now how it's going to be, how it's going to go down. When they give them that green light to go get you, man, hey, Esau don't stop. They don't waver. They come to get you. And then on top of that, you got other heathen nations that's going to be with the other, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, when that time period comes, you going to know that, hey, you're going to need the Lord. Yeah, how about Shemal Shah in that time? And we going to see a JC and all them other fake guys. We going to see what they going to do in that time period. But we know that Yahweh Shemal Shah, we know that he's behind everything. And we know that he's the only one that can deliver us from the same perils that he bring into this world. You know. So, I could go on, but Lord willing, you know, that was, I got to the point, and Lord willing, that was edifying. You know, like I said, these protests, hey, they part of the prophecies, right? These are part of the building up and leading to the end of this eon, you know. And more prophecies, more protests going, hey, they gonna keep on ensuing, right? Because it's all an agenda, man, to get y'all to pretty much, to show y'all as being violent and to what to send the troops in. That's what they gonna get y'all. But hey, we know it's prophecy. But Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying to the body. Only get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, the honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the whole full elect. Shalom.